The first lighting trick for lighting in a small space is to add dimension. Most people light their YouTube videos with one single light, and so that leaves you and the background typically at one brightness. This lighting makes your shot look really flat, especially if you're in a small space. So how do you add dimension? Well, there's a few ways to do it. One of my favorite ways is to add some colored lights to the background, and if you don't have any RGB lights, you can use something like a lamp. This really helps separate that background from me, and another way to do this is by adding in a hair light or a backlight. Right now, I'm using a light at the same color temperature as this lamp. So I have this motivated light coming in, kind of lighting up this side of my head. This gives the edge of me a different color, helping me stand out against that blue background. If you only have one light, what you can do is actually close your windows and use your one light at a lower brightness. And this is gonna help make you brighter, but your background darker. And then of course, if you have a lamp or something like that, adding that to the background at a different color temperature than your main daylight temperature light is really gonna help you stand out from the background.
You gotta just press record.
Hey guys, my name is Nolan with Think Media, and we had a question come in from Ram, and Ram asked how to have nice lighting within a confined space, like in a very tight space. Now, my last office I was in was 8.5 by 10 feet. This one is a little bit bigger than that, but I definitely know what it's like to try and light your YouTube videos in a small space, and it's pretty tricky, but I've learned a lot over the past few years. So I'm excited to share 5 tips on how you can light your videos better in a very small space. Tip number 2 is to use a bounce light. Now, typically when you're in a small space, you don't really have the room to do a huge softbox. The nice thing about those softboxes is it gives you that really beautiful soft light, but what you can do if you're in a small space, you don't have the room for that, is you can use bounce light. If you have a white wall or a white curtain, you can hang that up on the wall. If you have a really small light and you're pointing that right at you, it's gonna give you a hard light. And so bouncing it off something that is white and big is gonna give you really beautiful soft lighting. And it's also not gonna take up much room because you're just bouncing it off of a wall. Now, if you're in a small space, you're probably already looking for lights that don't take up a large amount of space. And so you might be looking at a ring light or an LED light. The one that I have here is an LED light, and I'll leave it linked down in the description if you're looking to pick it up. But tip number 3 is to use a shower curtain for diffusion. Now, typically LED lights have multiple LEDs, and this can give you really weird shadows because of all the different light sources, but throwing a shower curtain over that is actually gonna kind of turn it into one bigger light, and again, give you a soft, beautiful image, and it costs $1. I literally use this $1 shower curtain from Dollar Tree all the time for these videos because it just works so well and it's so cheap. And I know a lot of us are balling on a budget, and if that's you, make sure you like this video and comment down below. Let me know what kind of lights do you use for your YouTube videos, or what kind of lights are you looking to pick up. I definitely recommend the light that I'm using here, but stay tuned for tip 5 because I'm gonna talk more about this. Tip number 4 is to be creative. Right now, I'm actually sitting right in front of my window and the shades are almost all the way closed, just letting enough light in, giving me a nice soft light. Now, behind me, I place my lamp as well as my table lamp, and I know a lot of you guys don't have C-stands or even have the room to do a C-stand, so I completely took all the stands out for this setup right here. I don't have a hair light. I actually just took that light away, and then what I did with my colored light is I placed it on the ground back here, just pointing up at the wall, giving me a little bit of color in the background, helping separate me from that background. So if you don't have a light yet, use a window, place your camera right in front of it, and that's gonna be a great way to get started with some nice lighting, even if you have no lights. Tip number 5 is to connect your light to your tripod. This is gonna free up so much space in your room. I'm telling you, this was a game changer for me when I did this. I was just so happy that I didn't have 3 stands laying around. Now I have my microphone, my camera, and my light all on one stand. But I'm telling you, this really was the best thing that I did for my small space as a YouTube creator. The nice thing is this stand is really light, it's really easy to move around, and this light is actually incredible. It gives you really nice color, and it's bicolor, so you can make it warm if you want. You can turn down the brightness, you can turn up the brightness, turn it off, turn it on, all using this remote. So it really makes things really easy, and it saves you a lot of time, which I know we're all trying to save time. So if you're trying to save some space and save some time, then click on the screen right now and check out that video where I talk about this one stand, and I'll see you guys in the next video.